Your 16-year-old daughter calls you at 2:13 a.m. She's crying so hard she can barely breathe. Then she says 4 words that change your life forever. Dad, I hurt someone. 20 minutes later, you arrive at an empty road outside town. There is blood on the pavement, a dead teenage boy beside her car. No witnesses, no cameras. And in that moment, you realize you have exactly one choice to make. Protect your child or tell the truth. Welcome to today's episode of What Will You Do? The podcast where every story ends with an impossible choice. Tonight's episode, your child kills someone accidentally, and before this story ends, you will have to decide what you will do. Marcus Hill had always believed he was a good father. Not perfect, but good though. He worked long hours at a construction company outside Chicago, missed a few birthdays, forgot some school meetings, but he loved his daughter, Eva, more than anything on earth. Eva was 16, quiet, smart, shy, the kind of girl who apologized when other people bumped into her. That's why the phone call made no sense. At first, Marcus thought she was drunk or scared or stranded somewhere after sneaking out. But then he heard something in her voice that froze his blood. Terror, real terror. By the time he reached Old Mail Road, Eva was standing beside the car, shaking uncontrollably. Her white hoodie had blood on the sleeves. The front of the car was crushed, and 30 feet away, a teenage boy lay motionless under a broken street sign. Marcus stopped breathing for a second. Eva, he whispered. What happened? She collapsed into his arms. He came out of nowhere. The boy's name was Tyler Brooks, 17 years old, local football player, no pulse, no movement, dead. Eva kept repeating the same sentence over and over again. I didn't mean to. Marcus looked around. No headlights, no houses nearby, no witnesses, and then he noticed something else. Beer cans, several of them, inside Eva's car. His stomach dropped. Were you drinking? Eva hesitated. That hesitation told him everything. In Illinois, drunk driving involving a death could destroy her entire future. Prison, criminal record, national headlines, scholarships gone, life ruined. Marcus looked at Tyler's body, then at his daughter. Then the unthinkable entered his mind. What if nobody ever find out? Marcus made the worst decision of his life in complete silence. He grabbed the beer cans, wiped fingerprints, moved Eva into his truck, then called 911 anonymously from a gas station miles away. He told himself it was temporary. He told himself he was protecting his child. That's what parents do, right? But guilt doesn't stay buried. 3 days later, Tyler's mother appeared on television, crying, begging for answers. Whoever left my son there, please come forward. Marcus couldn't sleep after that. Every night he heard Eva sobbing in her bedroom. Every night he replayed the image of Tyler lying alone on the road. Then the police released new information. A traffic camera had partially captured a dark SUV nearby the scene. Marcus owned a dark SUV, and suddenly the walls began closing in. A week later, detective knocked on Marcus' front door. Eva nearly fainted. The officers asked routine questions, nothing direct, not yet, but Marcus could feel it coming. The investigation was tightening. That night, Eva finally broke down completely. Dad, we have to tell them. Marcus stared at her. She was trembling, destroyed by guilt. I can't live like this anymore. And for the first time since the accident, Marcus realized the cover-up was hurting her more than prison ever could. But now there was another problem. If they confessed now, Marcus himself could go to jail. Evidence tampering, obstruction, possible felony charges. He had crossed the line already. There was no undoing it, only consequences. So here is tonight's question. Your child makes one terrible mistake. A life is lost. You have the power to protect them. No witnesses. No certainty of getting caught. Do you help cover it up? Or do you tell the truth and risk destroying your child's future forever? What would you do? If this story made you question yourself, follow the podcast at MJ Chikamdabelu for more impossible choices every week. And remember, sometimes the hardest decisions are the ones made out of love.